If you're an associate dentist, you can afford a startup practice as long as you can produce 6 crowns per month. If you can produce 6 crowns a month, I'll share the math with you right now. How do associate dentists afford a startup practice? It's a really good question, and I'd like to share with you how to afford a startup with just 6 crowns per month. So if you can produce 6 crowns per month, I'd like to share with you the strategy behind all the numbers, the exact math to afford a startup. Now, just to be really clear, we're going to cover 3 main things. Number 1, we're going to cover the 6 crowns strategy. Number 2, we're going to cover the loan payment. I'm going to give you the actual dollar amount of loan payments for startups. And then number 3, I want to share with you, maybe most importantly, the catch. And the catch is this is something that has helped hundreds of doctors avoid some of the biggest financial problems in startups. You'll actually hear so many startups struggle financially, and this catch will help you avoid all that. Sound good? Okay, so the first assumption we need to make is, can you produce 6 crowns per month? I'm going to assume the answer is yes. Okay, so then the next question I have for you is, how much are you paid per crown? Well, your fee schedule has one number, and that's usually a higher number, but we should deal with the collections number. So not the fee schedule number, the high number, we should deal with your collections number, how much the practice is paid for each crown, right? Let's budget based on the lower number to be conservative. So how much our practice is paid on average across America right now? $700. So we're going to use this number, 700. I'm going to change markers here so we can read it a little bit better. $700 per crown multiplied by 6 crowns per month equals income of $4,200. Now this number is really important. I want you to focus on that $4,200 because that is going to be covering our loan payment. How? How does that work? Well, let's look at this. Let's assume your loan, your total startup loan, the whole cost for your startup practice is $500,000. Now, I don't know if your loan is going to cost $500,000. You may have a practice that has a $600,000 budget or a $450,000 budget. That's to be told later. But the $500,000 loan is going to have a catch. What's the catch? Well, here's the catch. I just gave a presentation to a couple dozen associate dentists at a live 2-day course, and the slide that I want to show you right now gave so many aha moments about the budget and how to afford the startup practice loan and everything that has to be in the budget. So here's how this works. In a startup practice loan, like I told you, these are the exact slides from the presentation. In your $500,000 budget, we need your startup practice loan to cover everything. So your startup practice loan must cover everything for your startup, which sounds simple on the surface, but let's take a look at the list. I'm going to give you the exact list that we use in some of our business plans and our budgeting plans for clients. Equipment, of course. Construction, of course. Technology, of course, needs to be included in your startup. But what about this? Marketing. So just so you know, the amount that you have prepared for marketing must be included in your loan. So 30 to 90 days of marketing expenses must be built into your budget. That must be built into your business plan if you're considering doing a startup practice. Otherwise, you're going to be like so many of the startups that I know we've all seen online. I mean, startup doctors in Facebook groups frequently talk about how they're running out of money or how they're struggling financially. If you have enough marketing built into your budget and your budget's covering everything, 30 to 90 days of marketing should be built into your budget. Next, your payroll. Payroll? Really? Yes, really. So everything must be included in your budget, including payroll. What do I mean by payroll? Well, the employees, they want to get paid on Friday, right? They're employees. But who's not going to pay you on Friday? Probably the insurance companies, right? The insurance companies' checks, they will come, but it might take 2 or 3 or even 4 weeks for those checks to come in, but the employees still want to be paid on the first Friday that you're open. Because of that, we need your $500,000 loan, your $500,000 budget to cover everything, including payroll. What else? Well, your consulting fees. Even consulting fees will fit inside your loan, inside your budget, and the banks cover these costs. All these costs are covered by your loan, which is why so many doctors have said, you know, it would have cost me the same to work with a consultant or not work with a consultant. The consultant will help you keep your costs low. The consultant will help you get better deals. The consultant will help you grow much faster with your startup, which is why banks even include the consulting fees in your startup practice loan. What about legal costs, right? We need to be able to cover for the costs of LLC structures or for legal bills that come up as you're preparing for the legal structure of your practice and your lease payments. So when I say that your startup practice loan needs to cover everything, we even need to cover that first day of the month check that needs to be written to your landlord. Because you're going to be signing a lease, right, for your startup. Your landlord is going to want to be paid on the first of the month. But on the first of the month, we're right back to that same problem where the insurance companies have not yet paid you, right? But the landlord still wants to be paid, which is why even your lease payments need to be built into your $500,000 loan budget. But look at this. Even your loan payments need to be included in your $500,000 budget. Now, think about this. Don't miss this. This is so important. Even your loan payments need to be built into this $500,000 budget. What do I mean by that? So I remember about a year ago, I held a course and a doctor shot his hand up in the back of the room. And I said, wait, Jayme, are you suggesting that the loan will cover the loan payments? Yes. Now, how long should that last? Just a month or two. So how much should the loan payment be? Does the loan really cover the loan payments? Absolutely yes, when you budget properly, when you have a business plan and a structure, and here's how much it should cover. A $500,000 loan over the course of a 15-year loan, let's deal with some assumptions here. Let's say you sign for a loan of 15 years at a 5% interest rate, that's a 5. So 15-year loan at a 5% interest rate equals, I did the math for you, I know the loan payment here, it's $3,953.97. So look at this. I'm going to underline this twice. $3,953.97. This is your loan payment. Your loan payment is covered by what? It's covered by 6 crowns. As long as you can produce 6 crowns per month, you can afford a startup practice loan payment. But remember, please do not forget there's a catch. The catch is, I'll show you my slide again. Remember the catch. The catch is that everything, every cost must fit into this $500,000 loan budget. If you miss any of these things, equipment, construction, technology, marketing, your marketing costs 30 to 90 days, payroll so you can pay employees, consulting fees so you can grow quickly, covered by the banks, your legal costs, the cost that you pay your attorney to set the business up, your lease payments, and even the loan payments. If you miss any of these things in your budget, you're going to struggle with your startup, which is why so many startups struggle, which is why the doctors that my team and I have helped all across the country, hundreds of doctors, have been able to create incredible startup practices that they're proud to show up to every day, that they love working in. And I remember one of our recent clients, he just opened up on the East Coast, and in his 4th month, he was able to grow the practice fast enough so that he could work there full time. Now his wife and his 2 kids, they're so proud of him because of what he's accomplished in such a short amount of time. Or even like a doctor who opened up just 2 weeks before the last Christmas that we just had. So 2 weeks before Christmas, he opened his doors. Now some doctors in Facebook groups or forums, they'll say, you can't open your Christmas. Well, this doctor did. He followed our process, and guess what? In his first 3 weeks, it's basically straddling Christmas. His first 3 weeks, he had 130 new patients. You want to know what the average number for new patients is in the country right now? It's 30 patients per month. But this doctor had 130 in his first 3 weeks near Christmas. How does that work with startups? Well, it starts with this. It starts with making sure that you can afford your startup practice loan, even if you have school debt. No matter where you are in the country, and even if you have no business experience, as long as you follow this process. And you remember that everything must fit into your budget as built by a business plan and a strategy for your startup. So I hope this training has been useful for you. My name is Jayme Amos. I'm the CEO of Ideal Practices. If my team and I can be a resource for you, please reach out. Let us know how we can serve you. And here's to you and your future in private practice ownership. Take care.